Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dear Lucy first webinar this year, 2020. I also want to wish very happy new year to everybody attending today. And within the next 20 minutes, we're going to be focusing on goal setting for 2020. My name is Hanna-Leena Baka. I'm the marketing director of Dear Lucy, and with me today I have our customer success director, Hans Kjellberg, who will be taking us through step by step how the goal setting in Dear Lucy works and how to make the most of it to set and track your goals in 2020. During the webinar, there's a chat that you can use to ask questions, and we will be taking all the questions at the end. So whenever you find something that you want to ask more about, then just use the chat and we will be going through those at the end of Hans's presentation. So without further ado, I'm going to give it over to Hans to take us through the goal setting part.
Otherwise I can't share. Hello, everyone. My name is Hans Kjellberg, and let's go through the goal settings. It's a new year, and it's time to set those goals for the rest of the year and perhaps even the next year coming up. I'm logged in here as on our demo version here, and I thought I'd go through how to set the goals for this year and the tips and tricks on how to efficiently track your targets and goals in Dear Lucy. The goals are, unlike many of the other admin features, it's available in the dashboard view and not only the admin settings, but only administrators of Dear Lucy are able to add goals. Where to find them is by hovering your mouse over the dashboards. Sorry for that click. You can see this little dartboard icon popping up on widgets that enable setting and tracking goals in Dear Lucy. It's available for almost all widgets except for vertical bar charts and tables as such, because there's really no good way to track goals on those. To start things off, let's pick an easy one. We have an overview widget here showing one this month. And I will show a few different examples on different charts and what you can do. But let's start by pressing the goal editor icon here in the corner. The first thing you see is goal label. If you're using Dear Lucy in, for example, other languages, or that you would like in your business, maybe it's called target or budget, you can easily change the name of the goal label there. So let's call this one target, for example. The next set of items to go through is how you want to set your goal values. We have 4 options available for this overview widget. You can see there's a constant goal. This means that no matter when the month changes, or if it's a quarterly widget or an annual widget, the goal value or target value in this case will always remain the same. So if you want to have 50,000 listed always as a goal, independently of whether that's a monthly KPI or annual KPI, you can use constant value, and it's simply by pressing this values in here. But as previously, and as you can see, as previously mentioned, you can also add yearly goals. So for 2020, you can also set backwards if you want to, and for next year as well. And then you add an annual goal there. If you're using quarterly KPIs, it's possible to put in then by quarters as well. And since I know this is a monthly widget, we'll stick with the monthly goal in this example case here. So then we're in January now, but for the purposes of being thorough, let's go through the full set of things you need to do when you do this yourself as well. So I'm going to add actually here, let's say that I have a fairly standard goal. Doesn't change much over the month, except maybe in the summer months when I expect to say a little bit less. So I'm going to put 10,000 in July and August, and then for each of the months I'm adding 20,000 as a goal. I'm going to press save now just to show you what happens to the icon on the dashboard. And we can see that we've sold for 22.6 thousand euros this month already, which is above our target. So we get a green icon here. It might be, however, that you don't want a green icon. You might want to have a normal black background for this particular one as well. So just to show where to edit this, if I click the advanced options, I go back into the goal editor and click here. And you see here we have goal background color. Right now it's by default, which means that you get a green color if you're above your target and a red color if you're behind. So if I put that in January, our target is 50,000. Just to check how it works, we can see that I get a red background color on the widget. Let's change back to 20,000 so we don't lose track, and click advanced options again. We can also select none here, which means that even though I'm above my target, there is no background color here, so you can switch that on and off. There's more things you can do here in the advanced options, and one particularly useful feature is the on-track target. So we're only in the beginning of the month, or the 9th of January, but you may not want to have a red icon until the end of the month when reaching the target. So let's pretend our target is 35,000 for the end of the month. And we know we've sold for 22.6K already. And I pressed here the on-track target, which means that the widget calculates whether keeping up your current pace of sales, will you reach your target at the end of the month? And because we've already sold for 22.5K, we can derive then that the target will be reached by the end of the month. So you're on track to reach the target, and therefore the background color is shifted to green. So this is possible for these overview widget, which we call them, but kind of the number widgets that we have here, and you can add the on-track target there. Going down again, there's one other thing to consider here, and that's bigger is better. This is currently ticked, this box, which means that if I surpass my goal or target, it will be a green light background color. However, it might be that you have a KPI measuring costs or something, so you actually have a target that you want to stay below. So if I untick bigger is better, and we press save here now, well, now we are below our target, and we took away the on-track setting, which means that staying below the target is good in this case. So those are things worth considering in the advanced options, and I will comment a little bit more on the cumulative value later on as well. One thing which is important to know when dealing with the targets in Dear Lucy is that they are set per KPI in your dashboard environment. So if you have one this month as a widget or KPI in several dashboards, this target will follow to those dashboards as well. For example, in this case, we also have one this month in our board of directors dashboard, and you can see that the target has been added there too with a green background color. So that's important for you to think about when adding goals to KPIs and widgets in Dear Lucy. If we want to show targets on a chart instead, things look quite similar. First of all, I'm just going to remove this target here to keep our example dashboard clean. But I press the icon there, and we can see that for the chart, this is a chart based on months on the x-axis. So I have two options: either add a constant value, and I can do that just to show you what that would look like. I can add 100,000. But our only other option is a monthly, because we have months on the x-axis. So I press save now, and you can see we have a straight line constant goal of 100,000 for this. However, that might not be such reality-based. So instead, we should probably add per month instead. So let's do what we did before and add 20,000 per month to the different months and press save. Now you can see I only have 20,000 for each month. And one thing that we forgot to do here a little bit on purpose is that, of course, this is a cumulative graph, so we should actually make this target cumulative as well. So if I go here now back to advanced options and I tick the show as cumulative box, you can see that the targets are adding up over the course of the year. So at the end of the year, we have 240,000 euro as a target, which is in line with our 20,000 per month type of target. Had we inputted the goal here on the 1 by month instead, the straight line would have made more sense if it's a 20,000 K goal per year. I will now remove the target from here as well and go back to some additional features that we have. So we have our monthly target, and now I'm just going to add for, well, I can add for a few months here. I put in the targets for the first quarter of this. And as many of you, our customers, might have in your dashboards, you have dimensions. And the goal editor supports this as well. So what I did now without using the dimensions in the goal editor is that I have an overarching goal here of 20,000, which means that if I select Germany here, the goal will disappear because there's no goal for that sub-dimension in Germany. If I wanted to add goals for Germany, what I need to do is take one of the dimensions we have in this dashboard. So for example, country, I select Germany and press the plus sign. Here we get the same targets for Germany. So I press 10,000 for the first quarter of Germany and press save. This means that I still have my overarching goal of 20,000, and I select Germany now, and we can see we're behind the goal in Germany, and we have a 10K goal here, which we just put in there. However, most likely you'd want to add goals then for all the different countries that we have here. So I'll show you another trick to do this. If I start by removing the top level goal, and ideally you would never add anything to the top level goal if you want to add many countries. So instead I have Germany, and I'm going to add one more country, Japan, and then press the plus sign, and there we have a target of only 5,000 per month. And I press save. Now we lost our overarching goal on purpose a bit, but I can see that if I add Japan here now, we have that goal listed here. But the trick here is really to press this little box here called derive top level goal from dimension values. So I put in my Germany goals, I put in my Japan goals, and by ticking this box here, the top level will be summed up from the smaller values we've added here. So in case you have a top level goal that is actually the sum of your sub-dimension goals, this will work neatly. So we have 15,000 inputted as goal because we have 10K for Germany and 5K for Japan. And overall then our goal is 15K. So if you want to use that function with your dimensions, that's completely possible as well. It's important to realize also that with Dear Lucy, and in case you're using many dimensions, while it's possible here to add goals per person as well, they won't work in unison with each other. So it's only possible to work with one dimension goal at a time. So even if I add 100,000 for Brandy here, it will now sum up, but choosing Finland will not work. All right. These are the basic settings of the goal editor. Not sure if we have any questions. If so, I'm more than happy to answer those right now and show you a bit more how it works if we have any.